clacker. How was that, Razor?
Oh, you tell me.
I thought it was...
Oh, good.
I just want to make sure you're on.
Yeah, I'm fine, mate. Yeah, it's good. I think we're on a roll.
We are on a roll. You can hold that up in your own time.
Lessons learned.
Who for you are the biggest influences on your career? Who did you learn the most from?
I have three great, or probably three of the greatest coaches. If you had a Hall of Fame of 10 coaches in world rugby, you'd have, I had three of them: Steve Hansen, Wayne Smith and Robbie Deans. Pretty incredible, wasn't it? Like, I remember someone, actually it was Don Hayes, said to me when Robbie had finished, he said, "You will not realise how good Robbie Deans is until 5, maybe 10 years' time, when you reflect back and look." Because when you're in it, you see it and this is how it is. And I was going over and playing in France, and the coaching in Japan, the coaching and the quality was a little bit different, you know, and oh, how good, oh, that's why he did that. Oh, this was awesome. Geez, he had a plan around that, and, you know, I'll keep it simple, you know, like it's Robbie. Robbie just had a way of uniting and connecting a group. He was good at visions, good selector, spreadsheets on the wall, you know, I get lost in them. Wow, like, and you just look at your number and you compare, and he was meticulously detailed in getting you ready to win rugby matches. So he, like I said, he taught us to win and why we'd lost, how to keep a vision, and he was a master selector. He was awesome at selecting and bringing the right people in, from the Harley Williams for this world to, I'm trying to think of examples over the years, you know, the Ron Cribby. Jeez, I carried him for a couple of years. He's all right, wasn't he? You know? He, hell of a man, prototype. And then you had Shang, you know, who was direct, real clear. You know, he'd, and it took me a long time to know that Steve loved me, like he cared about me, put an arm around me, and we had a couple of conversations, and I was pretty clear with him that I wasn't happy with the way he was talking, probably like Richie, but he respected me for it. He really, really respected for me, because I would challenge him, mate. I was up with my little notebook. I was telling him, what about this move here? What about this thing here? Remember when we did this 2 years ago when we scored? It's the same centre, you know? I'll go in the back line, short line out, get it out the back. Merch can go front door, back door on us. And what the example is, and he'd be looking at me, oh, it's only going to settle down and calm down. But once he realised he did it because, you know, I cared about the team and wanted them better, and this is how we grow, he managed me beautifully. He would give me a rest week, so, you know, mate, son, I'm going to give you this week off. It's just what you need. It's going to be better, going to get through an NPC, and then you're on the end of the year tour, when you used to do that cycle. So he was great at reading people. He was a detective, early warning signs. He understand what was required that week, how to get the best out of you. But arm around you or a little bit, oh, come on, son, I need this from you, mate. You talk about the tackle count? I think a back is, you know, or something like that. He'll just give you a little, I'll take it, you know, Mark Hoffler, I'll beat him.
Well, you had to make Mertz's tackles, so that helps your tackle count go up.
Well, that's right, yeah, it was always, mate, I love to play with Mertz because you always double your tackle count. made his and mine. Nearly got you? Yeah, okay. You good? We used to actually through here was the big field. We used to play bull rush here when you could play bull rush. A mate of mine's mum was the caretaker, so we used to spend a lot of time just in that house just over there, and all that was just field, but obviously it's classroom now. As the school's got bigger and bigger, I think it's doubled in size since I was here, yeah. How good is this setup? Look at this.
How would you describe yourself as a coach? What lessons did you take from them to form you?
Well, Robbie sat down when I was finished playing in Japan, playing for the Rico Black Rams, 2007 win, and I'm in, you know, I'm coming on a bit. Crusaders coach, you want to come in? I said, look, I'm here to help you. And he goes, okay. Look, it's great to help you. When you're ready, which means no thanks right now, when you're ready, and this is what I think you need to be ready. And he said, go and coach your club. Mate, I think you'll be a great head coach. Go and learn about, you know, management side of it. So I joined the board of the club, found out what a treasurer is and, you know, seconding and proxies and I don't know, mate, any of that sort of carry on. Go and learn that side of it. And my whole focus, my whole goal was for a local boy, all grill now, to play Division 1 Canterbury Crusader All Black. Give them the pathway, give them the opportunity, give them good coaching, give them the support. They can do it at our club. So if that happens, then there's a role model, just like I did, the only All Black out of Mount Maunganui club, out of the Mount Maunganui College. So when Robbie said, you go back and do it, I learnt and I coached him for 5 or 6 years. Hardest thing I've ever done. Trying to get people to train it. Like, people turn up training ready, you know. And now really, they were coming in from digging footings 1 minute early, there's a southerly sideways rain, it's cold, they're looking at me, I'm trying to get some energy, you know. Half the ground's closed because it's got mud and shit all over it, you know. And you're trying to get these guys excited. Yeah. You know, one's just had a baby and the missus doesn't want them to play, and how are we going to get a team together? Like, you need to troubleshoot, solve, you know, you need to inspire people. You had to have game plans, things change really quickly. Never, ever would I have changed that. Yeah. Never have changed that learning.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be back.
Yeah. You've been getting hassled by these guys and all sorts of media outlets over the last couple of months. It would have been crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty full on, but it's all part of the job. Good to get it out of the way, and then I don't have to talk to them for five months. This is it. We're done.
We've got your Crusaders jersey down there up on the wall, and a couple of school first.
Is my All Black one there as well?
Yeah, so your All Black one is in the trophy cabinet.
So let's do the ones down here first, and then we'll go to the trophy cabinet.
Yeah, so when you were here last, Scott, you gave us Matt Todd's jumper.
Yep. Oh, that's right, yeah, I did too, yeah.
Which sort of holds pride of place outside my office.
The Cheese Mana crew might think differently. Oh, Matt Todd, yeah, what a player he was.
A bit unlucky over his timing.
Yeah. Yeah, behind a goat.
Adversity. Your teams seldom lose. So how have you learnt from adversity? What adversity have you faced as a coach?
Look, probably reflect back as a player. Lots of adversity. Had to do a lot of work with my injuries. Man, that plays with you, you know, because your body's your biggest asset, and when you can't use it and you're coming in and out, you're in the All Blacks, you're dropped, you're picked, you're not. You know, so my 13 years as a player got me to understand, you know, playing overseas was one of the best things it did for me. Everyone used to say, oh, you've got to coach overseas. Mate, I played. You know, I'm a new generation. Like, you know, coaches have to coach overseas now to, you know, to come back and play the All Blacks. They always used to say that. I was like, well, no, I played. It's different. Those coaches never used to play. And one of the reasons I went to France is to make sure I could learn it from another culture, how it worked, what they did, how they set it up, what was their philosophy, what was their training techniques, and a lot of adversity over there as well. You know, like I didn't play great when I first went to France. Like a lot of people don't when they come from somewhere. Like I knew with Pablo, it's going to take him some time. Just like for me, the language, the speed of it, we speak differently. I remember probably you wrote an article. Someone wrote an article was around, you know, oh, Pablo, he's not up to super speed. You know, it's too fast. He won't come back. And then remember, he just went like that. And he was probably the best loose forward, or one of the best loose forwards in the competition there. And so all those lessons that I learnt from coaching and playing, a lot of the adversity myself personally, my injuries, You know, like I stuck at trying to get this job a couple of times now. You know, that's all public. That's, you got to look at yourself, you know. One thing I'm really proud of, I'm consistent in who I am, with the people that I deal with, the energy I bring. It's really important. It doesn't matter what circumstance or situation that I'm in. And you don't have to lose. Why do people say, oh, you have to lose to learn and go through? Mate, you can win and learn. You know, you can get better and get people chase you. And, oh, this is how it's going to be done. And that's my mindset. It always has been.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that's been the case with the Crusaders, hasn't it, you know? You've just kept winning.
Well, it's your job, isn't it? Yeah.
You talked about injuries. They played a little part in you getting into the All Blacks, so didn't they? Can you just talk me through your selection for the All Blacks?
Queenstown, 1998. I was watching the All Black test on the TV at the pub, and Josh Confield got injured. And I just started to come in a bit of form, you know. I'd been in and out, I couldn't quite settle in. To the Crusaders, I was going with Angus Gardner, who ended up being my boss at the Crusaders. And he'd become injured, and I got about 6 or 7 games in a row. And way before cell phones. You know, in Queenstown, Winterfest, people everywhere, a reasonably big night. I was with Norm Maxwell and Daryl Lilly, and I just went and slept on their couch in their hotel room. Wasn't even my own hotel room. Phone rings, 7:30 in the morning. Didn't pick it up. Rings again. Picks it up, goes, yeah, and I'll get them for you. And he goes, Razor, it's for you, and just put it on the thing. And it's like, hey, how's someone going to know I'm here? Like, how on earth is someone going to track me down to this hotel room? And he left it there and come on, oh, sure, I pick it up, because Maxie didn't say anything. Oh, got up, picked it up, and he goes, Razor, Gordon Hunter here. I want you to get on the next plane. You're going to play a test match next week in Christchurch. All I could think is, how the hell did he find me? Not that I was playing a test match. And I said, oh, okay, mate, what plane am I on? And he goes, just get to the airport, son. Okay. So it was pretty clear and straight, wasn't it? Because he was a detective, you know. Gordon was a detective, so I was sort of thinking that. And right at the end, I said to him, so how'd you find me? And he goes, again, don't you worry about that, that's my job. That's what he said. So, played a test match next week, and it was my debut in front of my family against Australia. It's some great years, yeah. Craig Ross.
Yep. You still have a bit to do with him?
Yeah, yep, I'll bump into him now and again, yeah. He was a great mentor, was a centre and put me into number 8.
Right.
Which was quite inspired, because I didn't really want to go in there. I thought I was too quick for the forwards. And like, we had a hell of a sevens team. That sevens team got beaten by Horowhenua. Well, Carlos Spencer.
Oh,
single-handedly destroyed us.
Right, eh?
Yeah.
Straight out of the run.
Probably the best schoolboy player, him or Christian Cullen, that I saw. In the first 15, we had a great year. We had a good team and had a lot of fun.
The other story you love to tell is about how you were at the Crusaders and a young fella came along who had a little bit of promise and was a bit of a nuisance at training, and Shag had to pull you aside and tell you to leave him alone. What was it like when a young Richie McCaw arrived at the Crusaders at Canterbury?
Richie was special, you know, like you knew straight away. I remember Shag sat me down and goes, okay, listen here, son. I want to give you a wee tip. There's a good kid coming along called Richard. I think we're going to move you to number 8. And I was thinking, who's called Richard? You know, like, you know, Richard McCaw. Like, I'd never heard of him or anything like that. And anyway, came to training, and I'd moved to 8, which I ended up being 8. It was probably a better position for me. It's just the way it sort of it worked out. And we played our debut against Otago down there, and he scored 3 tries.
Yeah.
Scored 3 tries on debut. So, he better. Yeah, he better. And sat down and Shag and gave him, mate, it's a good tip, son, well done. Oh, so I said, good tip, Dad, well done. Like, he goes, and, like I joke, he's my protege. That's what, like, he ended up being, my roomie and coming through. But, look, arguably the best player to ever play our game. You could see, and you could just see his talent and stuff, and to be a part of it for a few years was special.
You're such a unique individual.
Why does everyone keep saying that? Am I that unique? Is someone not telling me something?
We've yet to have an All Blacks coach who can skateboard, who can surf, who can stand up paddleboard, who will break dance after a game, those sorts of things. That's what makes you unique. How important is it for you to continue to be all of that?
I think when Mum and Dad dropped me off at the airport when I flew down to Christchurch in 1995, they said, be yourself, son. And I still remember it, and that's who I am. But I want my players, I want people to say, just be yourself, like, you want the boys to go hunting, you want them to still surf and play cards or love cars or whatever they like. So if they can see me doing it, but I'm a professional, I work hard, I know what's required, get the life balance right, that's really, really critical. So I think that's really strong role modelling. Look, I do love to skateboard, I do love to surf. That gives me the great balance. That's where I get all my ideas. I'm looking back in the world, I'm out there. There's no worries out there, Bigger the surf, the better. The more challenge it is, you learn a lot of lessons in the sea. It teaches you quickly, man. It reminds you quickly. Oh, Jesus. It's a powerful thing, and that's where I get my energy from. All my holidays, everything I do, it's just based around when my next adventure's going to be. And I think that's the part that I can hand over to our players and, the management group and anyone.
So what's the name, mate?
Mount Maunganui College Team of the Year Award, presented by me. There is the jersey.
First All Blacks jersey?
One of the 23 that I got anyway. Oh, that's awesome. All the different teams that have won it. Got netball on there, softball.
How proud are you to be the only All Black out of Mount College?
Well, they all said I had to go to Tauranga Boys. Everyone said at that stage that, you had to go over the bridge to make it. And I was like, nah, I can't surf at lunchtime. So I stayed here, and ended up being sort of the captain, and I knew myself that I, probably had the talent and, the work ethic to do it. I didn't have to go anywhere else to do it, and I didn't really want to. I didn't want to leave. I'm a bit of a homeboy, as you could see. I'm really proud. It's probably the proudest thing out of everything I've done. So is, being the only person to do it. Special.
You turned up in Christchurch with no rugby boots and a surfboard.
Yeah.
Which is you, isn't it? Well, does the Razor, who's the coach, welcome the player who turns up with no boots and a surfboard under his shoulder?
If he can play, like if he's from Ruatoria, he's from the Bluff, like it's who they are, and that's who you got to bring. You're not being somebody else. And that's when you get the best out of somebody, in themselves. You're like, I want them to own who they are. I want them to own and take responsibility, but I'm here to help. You've got to be who you are, but be skillful and get better, and we're going to help you be the best, yeah.
So will we see you break dance after an All Black win?
Oh, no. Just once every 4 years, I think, it's the pinnacle stuff that you focus to. But, yeah, when the time's right.
Coming up next week, we get a unique look into Razor's All Blacks and what rugby at the highest level could look like over the next 4 years.
NFL's probably where we're going as a game.
Razor opens up about the importance of having Wayne Smith involved and the conversation that led to that decision.
He was doing the forwards and I was doing the backs. Doing the backs, Smithy. I love it, man. It is so awesome. It's great. And he goes, are they enjoying it? And I went, oh, well, actually, mate, it was a real unlikely question.
And the controversy surrounding selection and eligibility. We tackle the elephant in the room.
You said you want New Zealand rugby to keep an open mind about offshore All Blacks. What do you mean by that? Do you want to pick offshore All Blacks?
All that and much more in the third and final part of our in-depth conversation with All Blacks head coach Scott Robertson.
Take 3.